Hi, my name's Khmeryoga Khmer. I'm the author of 40 Days of Yoga, Breaking Down the Barriers to Home Yoga Practice, and also the editor and founder of the Yoga Lunchbox. One of my areas of expertise, you might say, is home yoga practice. It's something I know a lot about. I've been practicing yoga at home by myself for about a decade or so, and in that time, there's been so many days when I didn't want to get on the mat, but I needed to get on the mat. And so I learned how to get around my mind, get around the problems that came up in my life, and to work with whatever arose so that no matter what, I would practice yoga on a daily basis. So this is the beginning of a new series that I'll be doing where I will directly answer your questions about your home yoga practice. So please feel free to send me in whatever questions you've got, and every week or every 2 weeks I'll choose one of those questions and answer it on video. So this is the first one. This is an email that I received from Leela from Israel. I need your advice. I feel very heavy with low confidence in my yoga skills. I have 3 kids and a full-time job. What should I start with? With sun greetings a few times in a row, or 1 or 2 postures that might make me feel better about myself? Appreciate your help and personal advice very much. Well, Leela, the first thing is you are not alone. I bet there are thousands and thousands of people out there who have similar feelings about getting on the yoga mat. Either they've got kids and a full-time job, or they've got low confidence in their skills, or there's parts of their body that they don't really like too much. And they know where you're at. So I know where you're at. I've been there as well. I don't have 3 kids, I've only got 1. Okay. First thing to realize is that when we commit to getting on a yoga mat, when it's just us at home by ourselves, we're going to inevitably come face to face with who we are, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in that is going to be how we feel about ourselves. So if you have any kind of body issues at all, sometimes just getting on the mat itself can be a real challenge because you have to be in your body. You've got to put on clothes that will be comfortable to move in, and sometimes those feelings and thoughts of self-loathing can come up at that point. So there's an extra challenge for many of us in just showing up on the mat and being with our bodies, and that's completely normal. The second thing you mentioned is the low confidence in your yoga skills. And when we first start out in home practice, we all have low confidence. Skills are something that build over time with practice. So just recognizing that, hey, I've got low skills, and that's okay. It doesn't mean I can't practice at home. So don't let these things stop you. It's more just recognizing where you're at. Oh, I've got body confidence issues, or I don't feel so great about my yoga. Okay, that's cool. No worries. It doesn't mean that I can't practice. The next thing you ask is, well, you say you've got 3 kids and a full-time job. So that means probably you don't have a whole lot of time to yourself. And any time that you do carve out, you want to make the most of it. It's really got to count. So then you ask, what should you start with? This is a question I get asked all the time because I feel like most people have this idea that there is a perfect yoga practice for them, and if they could just figure out what that perfect practice was and do it every single day, everything would be amazing. There isn't really though. You know, there is only the practice that's good enough for today. You don't have to have this perfect, most amazing practice that is exactly what you need for your body as such. It is good enough to just get on your mat and do what you remember. It doesn't have to be amazing. So when people ask me, well, what should I do? I know they're looking for something that's just going to give them, it's almost like something to hold on to. Go, oh, if I just do that, it would all be great. That set aside though, it does really help when you're doing your practice if you decide to do something specific every single day, because it does give you something to hold on to, like an anchor. I used to call this anchoring your practice. And when you're doing the same thing day after day after day, it also gives you something to measure against. So you can see how, even though your practice is the same, your experience of the practice differs from day to day, and you start to get an understanding of how much we fluctuate. We fluctuate in mind, we fluctuate in emotions, we fluctuate in body. So with a stable, steady practice, we're able to better observe ourselves. So then Leela asks, what should I start with? With sun greetings a few times in a row, or with 1 or 2 postures that might make me feel better about myself? And my response to that would be, any yoga is going to make you feel better about yourself. It doesn't have to be a specific posture necessarily. And secondly, that sun salutations are amazing. They're incredible. They open up the body all the way through, forward, back. They're about strength, they're about flexibility, and they get you out of your head, right? Plus, if you're doing 5 sun salutations, they might take you only 5 minutes to do, and yet you have actually done a worthwhile practice. Plus, once you get on your mat and do 5 sun salutations, often it's just enough to get you there, and then you want to stick around. And so then you might just naturally go, oh, I remember this posture from class last week, maybe I'll give that a go and see how that feels. Or I really like doing child's pose, maybe I'll do that. Or perhaps I'll spend longer in downward dog. So when you say to yourself, I'm just going to do sun salutations every day, it hooks you in, it gives you an anchor, gets you on your mat, and some days you might do more. So for Leela, what I would suggest to you is, it sounds like because you're offering it, you're saying, should I do, you call them sun greetings, I like that, sun greetings, because it is, we're greeting the sun. It sounds like you know what they are. So I would suggest that if you are familiar with sun salutations, that they are a really good thing to start to get you hooked into a daily practice. Just make that commitment. For 40 days, I will do 5 sun salutations, because you know it doesn't take too much time. If you do have more time, you can expand it out. So you can take longer in Uttanasana, or standing forward fold. You might take longer in downward dog. You might even do some exploring through upward dog or cobra. And so your sun salutations, they can adapt to what you need each day. You know, okay, have I done my sun salutations? It's 9 o'clock at night. I haven't done my sun salutations. Now, ideally, it's not the best time to be doing sun salutations, because obviously it's nighttime. You're starting to, cruise down. You want to go to sleep soon. But it's not going to kill you. Better to do your yoga when it's only 5 sun. So, Leela, my advice to you, or my suggestions, I don't really like to give advice, but if I was you, what I would look at is, if you can get on your mat every single day, and even just start with, say, 3 sun salutations, and commit to doing a 40-day practice, you will feel better about yourself just showing up and doing that. And if you've got time, maybe do a little bit of reading online and read up about each posture, and maybe just choose one posture a day. So maybe start with Tadasana, standing mountain pose, and just read about it, maybe watch a video or 2, and then take those learnings onto your mat. So your home practice isn't just necessarily about getting on the mat and doing the practice. It's also about taking responsibility for self-educating yourself. So I think that would address the concerns that you raised. You said you feel heavy. Sun salutations should still be fine for you in that case. Low confidence in your yoga skills, but sun salutations give you something concrete where you can build up over time. And you've got 3 kids and full-time jobs, so you're busy, as many of us are. But again, if you start with, say, just 3 sun salutations, then you can get that done in 5 minutes or 7 minutes. So you can fit that into your day. It's not a problem. You can put the jug on in the morning when you're waiting for the jug to boil, when you're making your coffee. You can literally do your sun salutations then. There's time, always time to fit in yoga when you make it a priority. I think that's a good place to start, Leela. And from there, you'll be amazed at what will unfold. Okay? So you'll do your sun salutations every day. Like I said, it may be that other postures start to come up. Other postures make you feel good. You may find that back bends are really good. So you may find you want to do 5 sun salutations, and then bridge posture, followed by a twist, and shavasana. And that's a nice short yoga practice, but it's whole. So that's me, Karalia. If you've got questions about home practice, please send them through to me. I'll put my details at the bottom of the video, etc. Really happy to help out and just to do whatever it takes to get you on your mat, because I know that practicing yoga every day makes an enormous difference to my well-being.